Actually, I have a presentation, so probably it makes sense to guide you through it. I promise not to be long. As we discussed previously, Ukraine is really rich in natural resources, in particular in natural gas. We are one of the largest. We have one of the largest potential in Europe, at least. We are the second by reserves, and we are the second by resources in Europe. At the same time, we are really far from the peak of gas production that we used to have in the past. And here we are inspired by the story of the gas production in the US, when they were able, with new technologies and investments, to even start producing more. They were or compared to the production levels they had about the same time as our peaks. We have potential both onshore and offshore. Here we're showing some of our most promising strategic projects. And we invite partners. I will talk about it, and hopefully the whole conference will be very productive in this particular context, to partner with us on these projects, again, both onshore and offshore. As I mentioned in my keynote speech, we have about 600 billion cubic meters in our portfolio that makes sense exploring and producing. We currently estimate, and these are preliminary estimates, that out of existing portfolio, we can increase our production from roughly 13 BCM of trade gas. In my keynote speech, I was mentioning 14 BCM. It's gross production, but we can increase this production to around 24 BCM in the next 10 years. It seems like our system really wants you to focus on the slide, because I cannot turn to the next one. Or that's probably. Oh, okay. On this slide, we're showing some, not confidential, but internal information on our costs. And with current record pricing, it seems like every cost will be justified in terms of producing more gas. Although, as professionals, we all understand that, and to some extent, we hope that this crazy period will not last very long, because we need a sustainable industry, and we need our customers to afford to pay for the natural gas that we produce. But basically what we're showing here is that with full cycle costs, except for the royalties, except for the government taxes, of from basically $100 to $160, it makes sense, economic sense, to produce gas in Ukraine across the projects that we have in our portfolio, both onshore and offshore. And you can even see that some new projects, especially offshore projects, they promise even lower production costs that we have currently in our portfolio. As it was mentioned, and we'll have a separate session on this topic, Ukraine has really a very developed infrastructure. For investors in gas production, it's important to understand what will happen with the gas that we're producing. And here, unlike in many countries in the world, we really have one of the most developed infrastructure in Europe, both in terms of transit, so it's easy to transit gas or to export gas from Ukraine to many European countries, but also in terms of distribution of natural gas throughout Ukraine. We are a premium market, so prices in Ukraine, maybe unfortunately for our customers, and that's something that we want to change, but it's good for gas producers. Prices in Ukraine are higher than prices in the European market. As a national company, we are proud, I would say, that we really play a big role in the Ukrainian energy markets, but in particular in the gas sector. And we also see our future in leading the energy transition, in leading producing production of energy from sustainable green sources. As it was mentioned, this ambition requires a lot of investments. We're talking about billions of dollars. Again, it makes economic sense, but it's something where we would really like attracting partners for. We see that we have many pieces of this puzzle to realize the potential that Ukraine has and that Naftogaz has. And here, an important, probably one of the key messages we would like to deliver during this particular conference is that Naftogaz, as a national company, sees our role in being a platform to attract investments, to attract partnerships. Our role is not to crowd out competition in the market. Our role is not to, again, compete every single player in the market. Our role is to grow the market. Our role is to grow the gas sector. Our role is to help Ukraine develop. And we are committed to help all the investors, even our competitors in this country, to be successful in investing in the gas sector of Ukraine. Thank you.